Social Inequality Research Project by Martin Riffle, also known as everybody's favorite student. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sources used for the project were Britannica, National Geographic, and the history textbook. History of Native Americans. Native Americans have been in America for most of the time. They've always been here, but they came here from Asia 30,000 to 40,000 years ago. Some challenges that they originally faced in America were getting food and farming and fighting with other tribes. Those were their challenges. And then after Europeans came to America, they had many more challenges. A lot of the Europeans who came to America, that's our government, by the way. Our government took a lot of land from them, and that was very challenging for Native Americans because they no longer had enough land for them to have their own way of life. Our government wanted Native Americans to be more like them. They wanted them to become Christians and live off the land their way, which is unfortunate. It was very rude of our government to come and take a lot of land from all these Native Americans, in my opinion. And I'm definitely right. There's no way I could be wrong. The government took all this land from Native Americans by just tricking them into signing unfair treaties that were placed by the government that would negatively affect the quality of life and economic prosperity of Native American tribes. In 1969, a group of Native Americans that called themselves AIM, which is American Indian Movement, that was their name, that's the acronym, started protesting the unfair treaties that were being imposed on them by the government. They protested out of Washington, D.C. And this was not the only protest, of course, but this was one of the more popular ones. So this is a protest that really made a difference in America and got the American government to start treating Native Americans better. And for the past 20 to 30 years, the government has treated Native Americans significantly better, but many Native Americans still live in poverty because of the mistreatment that they suffered from the hands of the United States government earlier on during, just earlier, really, like before that, like in the 1900s. They were treated very unfairly by the government. Let's go over a current event that happened. So in 2016, there was a pipeline that was approved by the government to go up somewhere in Dakota, like Dakota Territory. It was called the Dakota Access Pipeline. And many Native Americans found that to be inconvenient because this pipeline would cut through some ancient burial grounds. Definitely, that's why they were upset. And it would cut through their territory, which was obviously inconvenient. There was lots of big protests over the Dakota Access Pipeline. Many people in America, I would say most Americans that understood the scenario and what was going on, did not approve of the Dakota Access Pipeline. And of course, this was back when Trump was president, and Trump, being the wonderful man of the people that he is, decided to authorize the construction of the pipeline, which is wonderful. It's not really, though, progress. I would say that our government has done a lot better for the treatment of Native Americans over the past 20 years, but they definitely could do better. I would also say that you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. No, that's not. Oh yes, American people also seem to really be in support of Native Americans, and you can tell that by how many big protests they held to protest the Dakota Access Pipeline. But I still think that we could treat Native Americans better.